And I said, Faith, she says, I want a job. I said, you can't go around doing that. It's not going to work. So she went home very crestfallen. She lived in Komashi, and she was very upset, and she was looking down. As she looked up, she saw her neighbor worked for SAA, and her uniforms were hanging on the line. And she said to her neighbor, where's your old uniforms? She said, they're in the box under the bed. She said, can I have them? She said, yes. So she wore her neighbor's old SAA uniform. She came in, she said, I'm here for the job. I said, what can you do? She said, I can't do anything. I just want a job. I said, it doesn't work like that. If you've got a job, you have to be able to do something. So she came in, and we taught her to be the switchboard operator, and then she became a sales lady. When we went to Joburg, she came to Joburg with me, and I said, Faith, you can't come to Joburg, you don't know anybody. She said, it's okay, I'll be okay. So she came to work the first day when we opened in Joburg, and she had nowhere to live. So she went to the little townhouses next to us, and she knocked on the door. She made friends with the security guard, and she said, is there a madam here who's got a room with the servants' quarters with nobody living in it? And they said, there's two. So she went to the first, she knocked on the door, she said, can I come and stay in your room? And the woman said, get away, go, what are you doing here? So she had to run away, and she was scared, but there was only one lady left. So she knocked on the door, and she said, I'll wash your dishes at night, I'll wash and iron for you, but I just need to stay in your room. Can I please stay here? And the lady said, okay. And that's how she started. And when I came, Faith came in as a trainee manager, and she was doing really, really well. She bought her own house in Joburg, she bought her own car, she had everything going for her. She made one fatal mistake that all women make. She married the wrong man. And then she had to start all over again, but that's another story. But from there we went from strength to strength, and now we're in Cape Town as well. So we've got our branches all around. And as they told you, we decided, actually it was in 2012, that we would make our 1 billion rand, and we did. If you work towards anything, no matter how big it is, we didn't only make 1 million, we made 100 million, now we did 1 billion, which is over 100 million rand every month we make. Okay, so it just goes to show, if we can do it, you can do it. Yeah. And what I do, my job that I do now most of the time, is I teach other people how to make money. And I'll tell you two that I've just done recently. On the 15th of March, I was sitting in my branch in Boksburg, and a lady came to me. She was a black lady, 45 years old. She said, Margaret, you've got to help me. I'm 45 years old, I have no money, I have no job, I have nothing, I live in a garage. And I said to her, her name was Anna, I said, Anna, what are you passionate about? Because you've got to be passionate about something. She said, I'm passionate about baking. But you've got to understand, Mrs. Hirsch, I have no money to buy ingredients. I said, that's very easy. What are we going to do? So I learned from Mary Ann. I said, bring only 4 people, and we will teach them to bake. So she got 4 people. I said, but you must charge them 250 rand a month. In a month, we'll teach them. And we brought them in, we taught them to bake. In a month, in less than a month, she made the first lot of cakes, and we ran, and we had to sell the cakes quickly to bring the money in so we could buy more ingredients. We bought more ingredients, we went and sold more cakes, we bought more ingredients. And so we went on. Within 1 month, she was making 1,000 rand a day selling her cakes. Today, now 3 months later, she's making 6,000 rand a day selling her cakes. So it just goes to show, you don't have to have money to start, you don't have to have anything. The second one I've done very recently was a girl, and her name is Sia, and she lives in Cape Town. And she said she was cleaning the toilet at her madam's house one day, and she said, I'm too good for this, I've got a matric, why am I cleaning this lady's toilet? So she came to me, she said, Margaret, you've got to help me. So I said, okay, I'll help you. So I said, what can you do? She said, well, all I've ever been is a maid, but I don't want to be a maid. I said, you don't realize it's very nice for you to be a maid. Because when I went to Cape Town, I asked one of my people here, please get me somebody, because I want to take my own maid to Cape Town. I don't want to get a girl there because I don't know anybody. So he got me his niece who didn't have a job, and I took her, and I said to her, when we got there, we all got there, I said, please can you help me make the beds? So she folded all the sheets into little squares, and she put the mattress protector over the top. I said, why did you make the bed like that? She said, you have to understand, Mrs. Hirsch, I've never seen a bed. I've never slept in a bed. I said, what do you do? She said, we roll ourselves a blanket and I sleep on the floor. So I had to teach her to be a maid. So I said to Sia, you don't think it's a good job to be a maid, but to her it was a good job. So we taught. So I said, let's get some people and we'll teach them to be maids. So we found 6 people who didn't work. And we said, you've got to find 300 rand and you come to us for a month and we'll teach you how to be a maid. And they said, okay. We found 6 ladies and we got the money. And she came into my shop. She taught them to make the beds in my shop, because we were on the beds there. We taught them to clean the vacuum cleaners, how to do washing, how to do ironing, how to do first aid, how to look after children. And then after the 1 month when they were qualified, what she did is she would hire them out. So the madam would come in and say, I want a maid for a day. She'd say it's 300 rand. But she would give the girl who did the work 150 and she would keep 150. Then another madam came and said she wants a girl to work for a week. And she said, okay, it's 1,500 rand. She gave the girl 1,000 and she kept the 500. And then somebody else said, I want somebody to work for a whole month. So she said it's 4,500. She gave the girl 2,500, she kept 2,000. And now she's making a lot of money in her own business in a short space of time. So it's very easy to make money, but you have to think, what did God give you? God gave you a brain, He gave you 2 hands. I started my working career when I was 12 years old, washing hair in a hairdressing salon. I never washed hair before. I didn't know how to wash hair. I just watched the others and I watched what they did. But I knew I had to be better than the rest, because today you can't just do what everyone else is doing. You've got to be better than the rest. You've got to be better than them and you've got to get ahead. So what I do is I work with girls in the schools. I have the Girls with Dignity project, because I don't know if you know, but there are 9 million schoolgirls in South Africa, of which only 40% go to school for 4 weeks of the month. 60% only go to school for 3 weeks of the month because they've got no sanitary protection. I take the reusable sanitary pads into the schools, and those girls can go to school every day. Their marks have gone from an aggregate of 45% to an aggregate of 85% within 6 months. That's how much difference it's made in their lives. So that's what we do with the girls. Then people say to me, what are you doing with the girls? You don't work with the boys at all. So now we've got a cookery school called Sense of Taste in Cape Town, and we take the boys out the gangs, because with the gangs, what happens is the women have the baby boys, and the boys are fine, but when they get to be teenagers, they don't have a father, so they need somebody. So they look at the gang leaders, and they go there, and they're taught very bad things. So we take them out of the gangs and we teach them to cook. We find them jobs in the hotels, washing dishes, waiting at the tables, and then from there they build themselves up. So that's what we do in all the communities right around the country. We work with the youth of the country, because I believe in this country. I want to tell you, I've just come back from America last week. I came back on Sunday actually. I've lived in England, Rich has lived in England, we've lived in America. We've been all over, Australia, New Zealand. This is the best country in the world. You don't realize how lucky you are to live here. When you go to China, they don't see a blue sky. They can't see it. It's just thick mist and smog. I've been in America now. There's thick mist and smog everywhere. In England, it's cold, it's rainy every day. Look at our beautiful sunshine. We are so lucky to live in this country. This is the land of milk and honey. There's a man called J.T. Fox. He's American. He came here. Within 10 days, he made 100 million rand. While we were all working and moaning and carrying on, he made the money. There's money to be made here. What do you need? All you need is a good idea, to work hard, and just keep at it till you win, and that you'll get there. So that's what we're doing. Tomorrow I'm launching my TV show. We're doing the pilot for our TV show. It'll be aired in August on Real Africa TV. And I'm giving hope to the youth of this country and to teach them that if I can do it, they can do it as well. And you've just got to know that you can do it, have belief in yourself, and you can do absolutely anything. So tomorrow we're filming, we're bringing in about 50 teenagers from 16 to 19 years old. They're going to ask me questions, we're going to air it on TV, and we're going to get out and show the youth of this country that they've got to work hard, be honest, have integrity, and just be loyal to themselves more than anybody else. And you can get ahead and you can do anything. So I know with Marianne, last year we had 800 students go through Marianne's kitchen. All of them have jobs. So Marianne has done a fantastic thing for this community as well. And we all work together. And if we all work together, and each one of us, especially as women, if we just do our little piece, it'll make such a huge difference in this country. And each one of us has to uplift somebody else, because you can never uplift somebody else without uplifting yourself as well. Okay, so thank you very much, Marianne.